Hey guys, what is going on? So I wanted to give an update on my bulking progress as I am going to be entering the last 2 months of my bulk here. And I'm right in that PR territory as of right now. And I'm planning to hit many more PRs in the coming months. And I kind of want to go over what I'm planning to do from here on out, what I've done thus far, my supplement protocol, diet protocol, training, everything like that. Okay, so first off, I have been on and off with Sigma. I just made a video about this recently. I've been getting a lot of questions about that. So if you do have questions, as opposed to, DMing me on Instagram, I have a much longer video talking about, the benefits that I've noticed with that. But I've been going 1 month on, 1 month off to just kind of continue that experiment to see, what do I notice when I'm on it versus off. Again, my most recent video is talking about that a little bit more in depth. So I've been running that the entire bulk. I've also been running the same turkesterone / ecdysterone stack that I've been doing for quite a while now, which is just 3 capsules of Ecdy, 3 capsules of Turk. I've been running that the entire time, no deviations in that. Also, my training has been very consistent as well. So I've been focusing almost entirely on hypertrophy. Yes, I have been doing barbell movements, but they've been higher reps. They have been, not really trying to push my strength, not going heavy, just kind of doing barbell lifts for hypertrophy and then doing, machines and cables and stuff like that. Focusing again on just building muscle. That's been the last 6 months of my bulk. I think we're going into 7 months, obviously, as I am transitioning more into some strength training focused stuff, which I'll talk about in a second. But again, pretty much up until now, entirely focused on bodybuilding. And then bulking. I've been bulking the entire time. I think the lowest weigh-in that I had was just under 240 right before I started my cut, right before I started my bulk. And currently I'm 275 pounds. So my weight increase has been slowing down here recently just because it's hard to eat enough food, but I have consistently been on a calorie surplus and gained, nearly 40 pounds at this point. Last year I gained 45 pounds, so pretty similar to last year in a lot of ways. Now, what is the difference in terms of what I'm doing this time around versus last year? Well, it's the duration of that hypertrophy phase. So last year, I spent a solid 3 months not really focusing on barbell movements. I think, again, I was doing the same kind of philosophy of, sure, I would still bench press, but I wasn't doing anything heavy. And I've been doing that same kind of thing this year, except again, I've done it for about 6 months as opposed to 3. So I'm building a wider base. And I've also been focusing more on lower body stuff. So of the, overall muscle tissue that I've gained on this bulk, I would, probably think that it's a combination of my entire body gaining muscle, whereas my last bulk was probably more focused on pressing movement type stuff. Sure, I gained some size in my lower body and back, but I think this year, a lot more back, a lot more legs, and upper body did grow in general, but not, the same proportions. Okay. So again, more focus on hypertrophy, more focus on lower body, and just a 6 month duration of this hypertrophy period, as opposed to just the 3 months that I did the previous bulk. So where am I currently at? Again, 275 pounds body weight. I'm going to throw up a picture here when I was 271, so I'm slightly fatter than that. Obviously, this is, over 20% body fat. I'm not going to speculate too much on the exact body fat percentage, but I am getting, fluffier than I've ever been, more body fat. But this, I think, is a beneficial thing to building more muscle. And I think as a natural who's been lifting for as many years as I have, I think this is very important to do. And even though I don't really like my body composition right now, it's part of the process. Okay, so 275, heavier than I like to be, fatter than I'd like to be, but again, sacrificing those wants for trying to build muscle here. So there's that. My current strength is at all-time highs, even though I have just gotten back into lifting heavy. So yesterday was the start of week 3 of this block, which is the first block that I have touched anything over 305 on the bench press. Those of you who know my PRs, I bench over 400 pounds. So to not even touch 3 plates is pretty weird, but it's, again, that's the same kind of thing I did last year. Again, it's just been kind of a 6 month duration of bodybuilding work. So as I've been touching heavier weights, my strength has been going up. And this is exactly what happened last year. In fact, the only time period in my life that I had steroid accusations was during this time period where I put 30 pounds in my bench in a 2 month period. So I'm looking to do kind of a similar thing here. So considering I'm currently at, all-time high strength levels, I'm hoping to put some poundage on my bench. In terms of the numbers that I've hit recently, I did a couple tests. So I did a 275 overhead press, which is my max. I did that again here recently after, not really doing any overhead press, not really doing anything heavy. So that's pretty cool that my strength is at an all-time high there. My bench press, I did a 315 AMRAP. Again, I matched my best PR ever, which was 13 reps, almost 14. I did that yet again here recently. So already my strength is at all-time highs, which is typically not something that you would expect after not lifting heavy for a while, especially for somebody like myself. So that's really good to see. Again, last year, I put, in a hurry, I put on about 30 pounds of my bench. And at that time, I hit a 405 bench in December. And my 315 AMRAP at the time was 10. So considering now it's nearly 14 and I haven't really even been doing heavy strength training, that's a pretty good sign in my opinion. So I'm looking to put on a decent amount to both my bench press and overhead press, and then I'll go for my incline as well. My incline best ever set was 315 for 8, so we'll see if I can do that for more reps. But again, these are going to be numbers that I'm going to be hitting over the next couple months as I ramp my heavy loads back up, and my strength numbers should, match that as I get used to heavier weight. So that's what I'm looking to do. And I think really kind of the strategy that we've had with just really spending, 6 solid months of not caring about strength and just really focusing on hypertrophy, I've really gained in my back specifically. I think has been the number one place that I've built muscle, which maybe is not going to be something that shows as much when I show a physique update or something like that, but my back has grown substantially, specifically the lower back, but definitely the lats and stuff too, and the upper back as well. So just overall back has grown. My arms have grown. They're currently 19 inches, which is, considering my triceps are a weak point for me, that's really good to see. As far as I know, I think I only had 18-inch arms or maybe slightly above that at my peak last bulk. So even though I am a little bit heavier here, the fact that I put on probably close to an inch on my arms over the course of this bulk is very encouraging. A lot of that has come from the triceps as well. So very cool to see that. I'm hoping to unlock some of that strength. And again, I think it was more of a holistic, my entire body, kind of grew this time around as opposed to being primarily upper body pushing muscles in my last bulk. So I would say that my rate of progress in terms of muscle growth probably exceeded what I did last year. If not, it should be right around the same. So considering, you expect the law of diminishing returns to apply, the fact that I'm still gaining at the rate that I am, I think is just absolutely insane. And I can't wait to cut down. So I don't know what I'm going to be when I finish cutting, but I am planning to do a nice 4 or 5 month cut, a really long process, which is something I wouldn't normally do, but considering the amount of fat that I've accumulated over this bulk, the amount of size and strength, I really want to see what I've built over the last couple of years, because I haven't been lean since June 2021. So I would like to get back to that level. And again, that'll be something that I do next year in February. So the next couple of months, I'll just be looking to increase my lifts, hopefully gain a little bit more muscle over this next time period. But again, shifting my focus more so towards strength training, which again is what I did last year and when I started getting my my steroid accusations. So hopefully you guys understand that I am still natural, even though I do talk about these supplements. These are natural supplements, and I think they have been aiding in my rates of progress, but that's just speculation. I do think that the bulking and the training and everything like that is the main focus, and I've been pretty dialed in on that. So very excited to show you guys what I can do over the next couple months. We're just kind of putting that out there for now. I'm currently at, again, all-time high strength numbers, and I'm looking to only go up from here over the next couple months. So excited to share that with you. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. I will keep you updated, and I'll talk to you soon.